Okay. So Ibrahim, how is your math at school? Are you the best student or a good student or just a normal student?
I can say that I'm a good student in math.
So there are students better than you in your class.
Yes, maybe.
Okay. So when did you have your math class the last time?
The last time was yesterday.
Yesterday. What did you study?
It was algebra.
Algebra. What topic?
Um, I don't remember the name of the topic, but I can do a quick research and say it. I don't really remember the name of the topic.
Is it like linear equation or graph or quadratic equation or factorization of algebraic expressions?
It was factorization.
Okay. All right. All right, we will do then similar things here. Ibrahim, let's start. It's almost 9:06. Maybe in Azerbaijan it is 6:06. Our time difference is 3
Yes.
hours. Maybe you skipped some classes, Ibrahim.
Yes, I know I did.
Uh, as you know here, that's a chapter 4. Chapter 1, it was about congruence and similarity. It's a geometry. Maybe in Azerbaijan, you learn algebra or math and geometry separately, but in some curriculum, actually they are offered together. Like for example,
Um,
Cambridge system, England system, it's not separated, it's offered together. Okay,
yes.
so that's why we
In
are
my
not
school,
going
it's also together.
also together.
Yes.
Okay, good then. Usually this UK system or USA system, and also actually a lot of countries, they offer together geometry, algebra, geometry, algebra. So anyway, chapter 1 was about congruence and similarity. Chapter 2, it was about direct and inverse proportions. Chapter 3, it was about algebraic factorization of algebraic expressions and the expansion of algebra expressions. Anyway, so we have already finished those chapters, but now you join us. Maybe if you have time, you may have a look and practice those questions. I have already shared those assignments and tests in our WhatsApp group. Okay. So today's topic is chapter 4. It is
Yes.
algebraic manipulation and the formula. Okay, so we will talk about this. When we just say algebraic manipulation, algebra is like a tool. For example, if you have a few tools and if you're given a car, for example, okay, car, for example, right, using these tools, you can remove or separate the tire, right, and you can just open the door and fix it and blah, blah, blah. And after that, you can just dismantle all the pieces, and after that, after you fix everything, you have to just put it back. That means you can assemble the pieces and you can drive your car. And also, when you just say algebraic manipulation, it's like we can add something to the expression, we can subtract, right, and we can just multiply and divide by something. And these are really, really important for what? For solving algebraic equations, because in math, you know that solving equation is the most important task in math. Why? Because when you're dealing with a lot of problems, when you model this, we just bring this into an equation, right? And after that, equation means how variables are connected to each other. And by solving this, right, we have to solve this. That's a big task. And we need some tools. And what tools do we use here? Algebraic tools. So we are going to talk about this. Quickly, let's have a look. What we are going to study in this chapter, we have the first part, manipulation of algebraic fractions, and 4.2, changing the subject of a formula, and 4.3, finding an unknown uh, in a formula. Actually, in a formula, there's a mistake here. It should be in a formula. So now let's start with you, the first part, manipulation. Okay. So let's start with what a simple question. Ibrahim, anytime if you have questions, okay, you can just stop me and you can ask, all right?
Okay.
And if you want to discuss about something, also you are welcome. And if you have any question about your school math, also you can ask, okay? Because this is not a school math. This is a private math class. So that means that you are the one who wants to learn, and that's why I'm teaching you here. Okay? So actually here, this class must be, how to say, mutual beneficial. Also, you need to get some benefit from this. Also, I will get some benefit from this because you are paying for this class. Because of this payment, I have to teach, right? And that's why if you just, when it's feel bored, if you just ask some questions and if you have some discussion at this, you will not bored much. And Ibrahim, now we are going to have class for like 30 minutes. After that, we will have 5-minute break and we will continue. Okay, maybe 25 more minutes
Okay.
and then finish today's class. All right. So let's start with the first one. This all we are doing here is we call this manipulation or manipulation of algebraic expressions, right? From grade 7, you know that if you're given a fraction, let's say a over b, the first manipulation is we know that if you multiply the numerator and denominator by a constant, actually, as see here, we are multiplying by c, we are multiplying by c. Actually, it does not change the value of a fraction, right? If you multiply a fraction's numerator and denominator by a constant, it does not change. Also, similarly, if you divide its numerator and denominator by some constant c, again, the value of the fraction does not change. That means that instead of this a over b, I can use a times c over b times c. Or instead of this ac over bc, we can use a over b. Similarly, instead of a over b, we can use a is divided by c, b is divided by c. And especially, where do we need this? To simplify algebraic expressions or fractions. Let's start with the first one. Here we have, let me use purple. Okay, question A. Let's just warm up examples. 42 over 63. Now we know that usually in grade 7, how did you learn actually to simplify fractions? We need to find the highest common factor of the numerator and denominator. We know that this 42, we can write it as 21 times 2 over 21 times 3, right? As you see here from the first fact here, that is a common factor. We can just cancel them out. So that's equal to 2 over 3. So what we have done right now is we have manipulated, right? We did just manipulation to simplify this algebraic fraction. Another one is, let's just do it here next to it. So 24, 42. And here we have a times b cubed over a squared b. So we can just write it later. Of course, we can do these things mentally. 24, 42. What is the highest common factor of 24, 42? Is it 3? Yes. Is it, for example, 42, 21? It is 6, 6, right? So I can write
Yes.
24 as 4 times 6. Here we have a times b squared. I'm just showing this, Ibrahim. Later, of course, we should do these things mentally. Here we have 42. We can write it as 6 times 7. And a squared, I can write it as a times a. And here we have b. So here 6, 6 is gone. And a is gone because multiplied. We can just dividing. I'm just using this property, right? If you divide the numerator and denominator by the same number or same expression, the value of the fraction does not change. That means that still we obtain an equivalent fraction. Now here, this b cancel out each other. Now we do not have any common factor except for 1. So in the numerator, we have 4b squared over in the denominator, we have 7a. So that is the simplest form of this fraction. That means instead of this algebraic fraction, if you're dealing with, we better use this one. And that's easy to deal with, right? Especially if they appear in the equation. Simplify the following expressions. A, and again, the idea is simple. To simplify this, we have to factorize the numerator, we have to factorize the denominator, right? And common factors, we should just cancel them out. So here, a squared plus 4ab. What is the common factor here? A is a common factor. So here I can write it a plus 4 times b squared over, and here 3 times a times b. So what is the common factor? This a common factor. So here we have a plus 4b squared over 3b. Do we have any common factor? We cannot, right? So that means that that's the only way we can write in the simplest form of this fraction. How about question B? 3t is already in factorized form. How about the denominator? T squared minus 2t. T is a common factor. Just extract this. Here we have t minus 2. So denominator is t times something. Numerator is t times 3. So this tt, we are just dividing numerator and denominator by t. So here we have 3 over t minus 2. And how about C? Ibrahim, can you factorize the numerator?
Yes.
If I don't ask you a question, you will fall asleep.
Ah. X
X,
in brackets x minus 3,
very good. How about
and
denominator?
for denominator 3, x minus 3.
3 times x minus 3, right? So x
Yes.
minus 3, common factors, right? So here we have x over
X over
3.
3.
Okay. All right, let's continue. Now, also we learned in grade 6 how to multiply two fractions, right? If you want to multiply a over b by c over d, simply we have to multiply numerator by denominator, a times c, and denominator by denominator, b times c. And how about if we divide a fraction a over b by c over d? Actually, we should just change the second fraction upside down and also change division into multiplication, right? So here we have a over b times d over c. Then using the multiplication rule, we can write it as ad over bc. Okay. Now, actually, the same rule applies to algebraic fractions. Algebraic fraction means a fraction that contains some variables, right? As you see here, the first one is just fractions. The second one B is algebraic fractions because we have variables either in the numerator or denominator. Okay, A, so 4 over 7 times 21 over 32. In this kind of questions, we should not multiply. First, just write it as 4 times 21 over 7 times 32. Rewrite this using a single fraction line. And after that, factor the numbers. 4 times 21 is 7 times 3, maybe 3 times 7. In the denominator, 7 times 32, we can write this 4 times 8. So this 7, 7 is gone, right? 4, 4 is gone. So what is left here? 3 over 8. And how about question B? Question B also in similar way. First, multiply AB by 4 times C. So we have 4 times AB times CD over, we should write in alphabetical order, C squared times D times 6 times A squared B. So what is it? It is 6 and A squared. We don't have any A squared. Here we have B. Okay, here we have B and the C squared, and the D. Okay, 4, 6, we can divide both numbers by 2. So here we have 2 left. This A with 1, it's gone. B, it is gone. C with this 2, it's gone. And D is gone, right? So what do we have here in the numerator? Only 2 left. And denominator, here we have 3. If you divide 6 by 2, it is 3. And here we have A and C. Or just simply 2 over 3 times AC, multiplying two algebraic fractions. All right, Ibrahim, it's your turn. Drink some water, Ibrahim. I know you're so tired. When did you finish your class?
I have finished at um 4 o'clock at my time, which makes 7 o'clock o'clock in your time.
So what time is it now?
It's 6:19 right now. I finished at 4 o'clock.
Oh, so during these 2 hours, what did you do? Did you have rest?
Yes, I had rest.
So still you look tired.
I'm not tired.
Hungry?
No.
Okay, good. All right, Ibrahim, just tell me, how do we simplify question A?
First write the equation and turn the last one and
Okay,
make the
times
division mark
35
multiply.
over 54. So first we have to change this division into multiplication. Times
Yes,
15
multiply
over 14.
over 14.
What is next?
Um,
Draw a
write
single fraction line.
3 multiply
Okay, 3
yes,
times 35 is 5 times 7.
35.
15 is 3 times 5. And 10 is 2 times 5. 54 is, what is it? It is, let's say, 2 times, okay, let me just write here, 2 times 27. And here we have 14, it is 2 times 7. Okay, here this 5 it's gone, right? And this 3 7 also, it is gone.
And 27.
And this 3 with 27, 3 left here. Anything else? No. In the numerator we have 5 over denominator 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8,
12.
8 times 3, it is
12.
24. How about question B, Ibrahim?
X over y.
Can we just do this? Now we know how it works, right? Let's just
Yes.
immediately draw a fraction line and just tell me the numerator now.
X multiply by x square
So that's
multiply by
x
z.
cubed, right? X cubed times z and
Z times 2y.
2y. Let me just write 2 here, and here we have y. Okay, denominator y
Y to the
times
power
y
of 3.
squared. So it is y cubed. And x times
And
z
xz
squared. Okay, very good.
square.
I draw actually too long. That much is enough. Okay. Now can you cancel and tell me the answer? Let me just draw a fraction line.
We can cancel z and z square.
Okay, here we have nothing.
Should I
2
say the
x
answer?
cubed. So here x squared left, right? And the y cancel each other. Okay. Here we have
Yes.
x is gone. One y gone. So here we have y squared and times z. Is that right?
Y square. Yes.
Good. All right. Further examples on simplification of algebraic fractions. Okay. All right. A. So again, here we have one algebraic fraction is divided by another one. Again, we are just using the same rule, right? I can, at the same time, while we change division into multiplication, also try to simplify, factorize the algebraic expressions. After all, to simplify, right? Algebraic fractions, we need to factorize it. Then just common factors, we're canceling them out. So here, for a minus 16, we can write it as 4 times a minus 4 over, here we have a plus b times, here we have 5 is a common factor, a plus b over 8. Now, this a plus b, a plus b gone, and this 4, 8 is gone. What is here left? 2. So that's equal to 5.
5 in brackets a minus 4 and 2 in denominator.
Or also we can write it as like this, right? 5 over 2 times a minus 4. The same thing. Okay, Ibrahim, can you simplify the numerator of this fraction first? What is the common factor? We have two terms, just we need to find out the common factor, right?
We can factorize first.
Okay, right now I'm teaching, okay? Right after I finish my class, I will send you all these assignments, okay? So maybe 40 minutes.
We can simplify first.
Yes, Ibrahim. What is the common factor?
The common one is.
MC, right?
Can we factorize first?
Yeah. Can you
Yes,
factorize the numerator
MC.
first? Can you factorize the numerator first?
MC
MC times
brackets mx plus 1.
plus 1 over. And how about the denominator? Here we have, I can write it as like this, right? Mx squared plus 2 times 1 times mx plus 1 squared. Now, what do you call this in algebra? It looks like a perfect square, right? So that's equal to mx plus 1 squared. We are just using this one, right? What is a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Right here we have, if I just take this mx as a, here we have a squared plus 2 times a times b. Our b is 1. So denominator is mx plus 1 squared. Squared means mx plus 1 times mx plus 1. So that's equal to, yes, with this, square is gone. So what is that here? MC
over mx plus 1.
Very good. All right. A, Ibrahim. Let me just draw a single fraction line because it's multiplied. Okay, the first, tell me the first part, the first numerator. The A times
A minus 2b.
Okay.
Multiply by b minus a.
All right. And denominator, here we have a minus b times, and what is the common factor of this expression? A, right? So here we have a 3 minus
3 minus a.
Okay. Ibrahim, what is, let me just write here, what is a minus b over b minus a?
They are
-1.
Yes.
-1, right? Is equal to -1, because we can write this b minus a as minus a minus b. So here we have a minus b, b minus a. So here we have -1. So equals, and also this a is gone. So here we have a minus 2b. Let me just write the negative here. Minus 3 minus a equals a minus b. If you just expand this, remove the brackets, minus times 3 is minus 3, -1 times -a. So here we have a minus 3. Okay. Let's do question B, Ibrahim. Yes. Ibrahim, can you write on the screen? Do you have a pen?
I don't have a pen, but I have a mouse. I can write.
Oh, with mouse, it's not so practical. It's so difficult.
Yes.
Ibrahim, just tell me how to do this, okay? I'll just write it down here. Just tell me.
Yeah. 3b minus c multiplied by b plus 3 over
draw a fraction line or b. Over. Okay. Let's try it. B plus c. Immediately, Ibrahim, when you're doing this, always we have to write these things in alphabetical order, right? If it's b plus a, just write it as a plus b. And after all, we know that a plus b equals b plus a, right? And here if we have c plus b, write it as b plus c in alphabetical order. So here we have times c minus
Times
3b.
minus 3b minus 3b. Yeah.
Okay, b plus c is gone. What is 3b minus c over c minus 3b?
It's minus 1.
It is -1 or -1. Good. Let's continue. Now we'll talk about addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions. So now we have just studied how to simplify, right? Or how to multiply or how to divide algebraic fractions. But now we will learn how to simplify. We know that to add two fractions, right? That's the first fraction, second fraction. To add two fractions, we have to bring into a common denominator, right? Then we can just add or subtract their numerators. So here, the first fraction, the denominator is 6. The second one, it is 4. So what is the least common multiple of 4 and 6? That's equal to 12, right? So now how can I get 12 in the first one, 12 in the second one? And we know that I'm just using this rule again. A over B is equal to A times C over B times C. So the first one, if you multiply numerator and denominator by 2, so here we get 2A plus 4B over 12
and the second
minus
one by
3, right? Here we have 3A plus 6B over 12. Now we have actually the denominators are the same. Draw a single fraction line. Here we have 2A plus 4B. Can you continue, Ibrahim? What should I write next?
minus 3a plus 6b.
Are you sure? Plus or minus 6B?
Minus 6b.
Yeah, intentionally I asked you because a lot of students make this mistake. This minus belongs to each, right? Minus times 3, minus 3a, minus times plus, it is minus 6b. Now we have to just simplify the numerator. Here we have 12, 2a minus 3a, that is minus a,
Minus
4b
a
minus 6b, that is minus 2b.
minus 2b.
Or I can just write it like this, minus a plus 2b over 12.
Over 12.
Good. Let's do these two questions, Ibrahim. After that, we'll have break. Okay, like maybe 4 minutes. Ibrahim, do it quickly. Tell me, do A. What is the common denominator?
2c.
2c. Very good. So the first one should multiply by 2. It is 4 over 2c minus 3 over 2c. Equals, I can just write 2c, and this numerators are simple.
1.
You can just do this mentally. 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, how about B? What is the common denominator?
3b.
3b. So here we have 2a
3b.
plus 3c. Immediately, let me just write here. To get 3b here, I should also multiply its numerator by 3. So here we have 3a minus 3c.
Minus 3c.
Over, here we have 3b. Now we should just collect the like terms. 2a plus 3a, it is 5a. 3c minus 3c is equal to 0 over 3b. Okay. Ibrahim, let's have break. 4 minutes, okay? After 4 minutes, we will continue.
Okay.
Okay. Now from here, Ibrahim, what is the common denominator?
The common denominator is, can it be 3x minus 6y?
Yeah, first we have to factorize it, right? Maybe you can see from here, but let's factorize the denominators and talk about this. Here we have x minus 2y plus 3, and 3 is a common factor, x minus 2y. And actually here, both we can simplify, right? It is 2 over x minus 2y. Second one is 1 over x minus 2y. 2 plus 1, it is 3. 3 over x minus 2y. How about this? Simplify. Usually, when we have fraction in the denominator, students may get confused. But here we have 3 over what is a common factor. But in this kind of questions, we may have more fractions in the denominators. What we have to do is, Ibrahim, step by step. First step, simplify the denominator. What is it? 2 minus a over 6. Common denominator is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So here we have 12 minus a over 6. Now, second
Yes.
step, what we have here, 3 is divided by this, right? So here we have 3 over 12 minus a over 6 means that 3 is divided by this fraction, 12 minus a over 6. And using that rule, we have the first change upside down and also change division
Yes.
into multiplication. So here we have 3 times 6 over 12 minus a, which is equal to 18 over 12 minus 8. Okay. Further addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions. Ibrahim, can you do A? What is the common denominator?
Yeah. The common denominator for it will be x minus 2, yes.
Right? Because actually these are two different algebraic expressions. The only common denominator is their product. So we should multiply the first one by x minus 2, the second one by x plus 5. So here we have 3 times x minus 2 plus 1 times x plus 5. So now if you simplify this, always keep it in factorized form, x plus 5 times x minus 2. Here we have 3x plus x, that is 4x. 3 times negative 2, negative 6, plus 5, it is negative 1. Right? Okay, Ibrahim, how about B?
B, we multiply it by x minus 2. No, the first one stay the same, but the second one it will be x plus 2.
Very good. So 5 over, because we know that this x squared minus 4, that is x minus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, so here we have 5 over x squared minus 4 minus, if you multiply by x plus 2, here we have 2 times x plus 2, and in the denominator we have x squared minus 4. Now denominators are the same, so here we have x squared minus 4, here we have 5 minus 2 times x, it is 2x, negative 2 times 2, it is negative 4, which is equal to negative 2x plus 1 over x squared minus 4. Right?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ibrahim, let's talk about solving algebraic equations involving algebraic fractions, or let's say equations involving algebraic fractions. Again, this is very simple, but actually, as I say, this one is intensive math course. We are going so quickly, fast, especially if possible, you need to practice more questions. And if you have questions, you need to come here with this. Ibrahim, before we continue here, I'm going to ask you one question, okay? And I will give you 2 minutes, okay? Using algebra, can you solve this question? Are you ready?
Yes.
And without using calculator, you should do this in the paper and just tell me the answer.
Okay. This one.
No, 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 wait. Okay,
Okay.
this question. Are you ready?
Yes.
You have 2 minutes. Start. Done?
Can I say what I think the answer is?
Yeah, what is the answer? What did you get?
Is it 5x squared plus 30 over 1667?
No, what question are you doing?
This one, evaluate the following without using a calculator.
Okay, where's x? We don't have any x here.
I know I wrote 100 as x. I did x squared plus 1 squared plus x plus 2 squared.
So what is your answer, Ibrahim? What is your answer?
5x squared plus 30 over 1667.
Okay, actually, that's not the answer. That is not the what is it? Completely solved. Okay, because the answer it's a number. You should just tell me one number. It is 10, 20, 100, 1000. Ibrahim,
Yes, I'm
let's
doing
do
it
it.
right now.
Huh?
I'm doing it right now.
No, let's do it together, Ibrahim. Because at the beginning, when you're introducing x, you just okay. You're actually using x is good idea, but taking 100 as x, it's not a good idea. Okay,
Okay.
because Ibrahim, as you see here we have 100, 101, and 102, and 103, 104. But instead of this taking x as 100, how about if you take this x as 102, Ibrahim? Now you will see. What is 100? 100 is x minus 2 squared, right? And
Yes.
101, it is x minus 1 squared. And 102, it is x squared. And here we have x plus 1 squared. And here we have x plus 2 squared. Over, and here we have over 1667. Now, if you expand this, let me just show only one. We know that Ibrahim, a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, right? And how about if we have minus here? This will be minus, right? So as you see here, this one x minus 2, Ibrahim, here we have x plus 2. And here we have x minus 1, and here we have x plus 1. That means that this middle terms, they will cancel out each other. Now I can just do this mentally. As I say, after writing this, even you can do this mentally. So in 1 minute, you should be able to solve this. What we have here, x squared, x squared, x squared, x squared, x squared. How many? 5. 5x squared. Plus, actually middle terms are gone. Here we have 2 squared plus 1 squared. Here we have 1 squared plus 2 squared. What is 2 squared? 4 plus 1, right? 4 plus 1. That's equal to 10 over here we have 1667. So that's equal to 5 is a common factor. And what is x? Immediately I can substitute here. Now, what is it? That is 102, is it? 102
Yes.
squared plus 2 over 1667. Now we can just evaluate, and I mean, this one is much faster. Even this 102 squared, we can just write here, what is it? 100 plus 2 squared, right? And evaluate, and just maybe if it's as a fraction, you can just leave it as a fraction. Okay,
Yes.
maybe we'll finish this later. Ibrahim, let's continue. A few more questions, and we will finish our class. Okay. So Ibrahim, we were talking about equations, and here we have two equations, and after that we'll talk about word problems and finish the class. So usually, as you know, solving equations is very important task in math, and because we have a lot of problems, actually they are reduced to equations. So here we are just going to see very simple one, linear equations. So again, how do you solve this equation? We have to simplify this. If possible, bring it as express this as a single fraction, and also right hand side express as a single fraction. Then we will have something like this: a over b is equal to c over d, right? And after that, if you just cross multiply, actually we will get equivalent equation: a times d will be equal to b times c. And taking unknowns to the left hand side, constant numbers to the right hand side, and we can solve the equation. So on the left hand side here we have two fractions. If you just express this as a single fraction, the common denominator is 15, right?
15.
So here we have 15 multiplies by 3, 3b minus 6, plus multiplies by 5, 5b minus 5 is equal to 1. From here, 3b plus 5b, it is 8b minus 11 is equal to, multiply both sides by 15. Here we have 15. What is b here? 15 plus 11, 26, over divide by 8, it is 8. Or simplify this, it is 13 over 4. Dot, dot, dot. The solution of this equation is 3 and 1 over 4. Okay?
Yes.
How about this equation? How would you solve this equation, Ibrahim?
Um,
What do you do in the first step?
I will find the common denominator.
Okay. In this case, also you can solve in this way, but here we have only two fractions. On the right hand side, we have 0. So how about if we just take the second fraction to the right hand side? Then here we will have
Okay.
6 over 2b minus 5 will be equal to 4 over b minus 3. We have one fraction on the left hand side, one fraction on the right hand side. Next is cross multiply. Actually, I don't
8b
like
minus
using
20.
reds. So here we have 6b minus 18 is equal to 4 times 2b,
8b minus
8b
20.
minus 20. Or 6b minus 8b is equal to negative 20 plus 18, right? So negative 2b is equal
Equals
to
2.
negative 2. Dot, dot, dot. The solution of this equation is 1. Okay,
Yes.
good. Ibrahim, can you read this quote and let's have a discussion about this and finish today's class?
Hard work is the most important key to success. Without being willing to work hard and put everything into a venture, business success is nearly impossible.
What do you understand from this quote?
I understand that without hard work and without being willing to work hard, a person cannot success anything.
And just working hard, is it enough?
Um,
Some people, they work in the construction site from morning till evening,
mm,
right? They just build a house and they carry sands and the whatever the stuff, the heavy things, but they earn maybe $7 or $10 a day. Some people, they just go and talk like for 1 or 2 hours a day. They earn $100 and $200 a day. So what do you think? Who is working hard here?
um, the one which has the difficult work is the construction site worker, but both of them works hard.
So then why the person who is working in construction site, he's working very hard but earning a little. He's not successful. Why?
Um, because the job is not paying well enough.
I think just working hard is not enough, right? Okay, working hard, it is what just one element to be successful, right? We have to work
Yes.
hard. We have to work smart, right? Because, and also, okay, you're working hard, but you don't know what you're doing. You need to have a goal, right? For example, let's say you want to be really good in tennis, okay? But you're going and doing gym. No, this is not the right way. Okay, you should work hard, but in the right way. So you have to go and maybe just running and hitting the ball, right? And practicing every day and consistently. That actually brings you success. Anyway, sometimes I just read some quotes. If I like this, I share with my students, and that's why I put here. Ibrahim, thank you very much. That's enough for today.
Thank you.
Okay. So Ibrahim,
Thank
are
you.
you in WhatsApp group?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good then. All right. If you have any question also anytime, you can ask me through that
Okay.
WhatsApp group. Okay. Then I will see you next Monday. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye, Ibrahim. Have a good day.